there. Thank you so much for joining me for this full-length Pilates chair class where we're going to be working on articulation. On my machine, I have an exo chair from Balanced Body. I have a cactus up the middle, and it has 4 pegs to peg the springs. I only work within the bottom 3. And the bottom one I call lower, the middle one I call middle, and the third one I call higher. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 1 lower, 2 middle, 3 higher. Please adjust your springs as fits your body. Like I said, mine just have 2 springs. It's a cactus up the middle. I call it 1, 2, 3, or low, medium, high, just for where I'm springing it. I do have my chair sprung on 2 medium, level 2 springs right now. So it starts from the bottom 1, level 2 is the next one up. And I'm going to begin standing in front of the chair. We're going to be beginning with some foot ankle work. We're going to do some pumping and some washerwoman before we sit down on the chair to do some footwork. So I'm going to come stand in front of the chair. It doesn't matter how close your feet are to the pedal unless you plan on slamming your pedal down to the floor. And if that's the case, please don't leave your toes under your pedal. I'm going to place my hands on the chair first for safety, and then I'm going to lift my right leg up. The ball of my foot is on the pedal. I don't have my arch on there. We're going to be doing some articulation to begin at the ankle. So I'm going to press the pedal down while I reach underneath my patella or kneecap forward. It's on the shin bone, guys. I'm not placing my kneecap on the edge of the chair, but it is connected right at the shin. I'm going to reach my hands forward to the back corners of my chair. I'm drawing my abs up and in, I'm wrapping my ribs, I'm maintaining a neutral spine, I'm squeezing under my arm and elongating out my neck. I have a straight line, hopefully, from the tip top of my head out through my tail, and from there I'm going to press my foot to a forced arch, and resist the springs as they come back to flex foot, and press to a forced arch, and flex, and point, and flex. Abs up and in. We're trying to pull our stomachs away from our thigh. Keep breathing. This might be a little heavier. See how much of your glute you can incorporate here. I use a lot of back chain of the leg and glutes to do this exercise. 9, 10. Walk your hands back as you allow the pedal to float up to 0 spring tension. Remove your right foot, place your left foot on, ball of the foot, press down, reach for the back corners of the chair as below the kneecap or patella connects with the edge of the chair at the shin. And now find that nice neutral spine, nice long neck, squeeze under the arms, point your foot and flex. And flex, and point, and flex, and point, and flex. Here's 5. We're halfway there. 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, walk your hands back as you allow the pedal to float up to 0 tension and remove your left foot. To make sure that our toes are not next to the spring, we're going to take a half a step or a full step back away from the chair depending on your height. Just make sure that when you press the pedal down, your toes aren't underneath so they don't get crushed. If you have handles, you can use them here. Please spiral a little bit out more to your pinky blade edge, and that's going to engage under your arms and pull your shoulders away from your ears. Otherwise, I'm going to keep my feet parallel. They are squeezed together to help me maintain my balance when I lift one leg. I'm going to take my right leg, lift it up, and again, I'm going to place the ball of the foot on the chair. If I have to lean forward like this to get my foot up, I'm too far away. So from here, I'm going to use the back chain of the leg to press the pedal down. First, if you don't have handles, bring your arms out to a T, slightly more pressure in your pinky blade edge, and then we're going to press and resist it up. Lots of glute work here, guys. You're going to have to squeeze the glute in your standing leg to really open up the hip flexor there. Don't allow your body to shift. If you have a mirror nearby, go ahead and take a look. Here's 7, 8, good, 9, 10, bring the pedal back up to 0, try to float the foot off without shifting anything, place the foot on the floor, Take the left foot up, place the foot on the pedal. If you feel like this movement is too easy with the handles, please remove your hands. Bring the T slightly in your periphery, more weight in your pinky blade edge. Square off your hips, make sure one's not hiked. Squeeze from the glutes to the back of the leg and press. 1. And resist. And 2. If this spring tension is too heavy for you, please feel free to adjust. Squeeze the glutes on the standing leg. Good. Here's 7. Chair is one of my favorite pieces of equipment. I do not use it enough. My other one is tower. Please feel free to take that class that I've released in this month as well. Bring the pedal back to 0. Release it from the pedal. Now, leave your feet where they are. Rotate them out to a Pilates V. When you bend your knees and rotate the femur in the hip socket, your knees should track directly over your big toe. If your knees are out further, if your knees are in further, adjust your feet. If your knees are in further, bring your toes in closer. If your knees are out wider, bring your toes out a little wider. So, find the T again. Float that right foot up. Place the ball of the foot on the pedal. This one is harder. You may not be able to make it as far. Make sure that you maintain that rotation in the hip socket the whole time and press down and release. Don't press your weight into it. It's easy to start to do once you get a little tired. Here's 3. Make sure that you're maintaining a neutral spine here. Our ribs are together strongly. They're not flaring. Our abs are up and in. Our shoulders are nice and wide. We have a nice wide collarbone, nice soft sternum, nice long neck. Look straight ahead. 1 more. Now, bring the spring tension to 0. Float the foot off, place it on the floor. Float the left foot up, place it on the pedal. Ball of the foot. And now we're going to continue. Just 10 more. Here's 10. Squeeze the glute on the standing right leg. 2. 3. Nice and long. Make sure you're not feeling it at your back. If you're feeling it at your back, draw your abs up and in and draw your ribs together. Good. 5. After this, we're doing washerwoman or hamstring 1. 2 more. Oh, this is getting difficult. Good. Bring the spring tension back to 0. Bring your foot down. We're going to continue to work in a Pilates V position with washerwoman. We're going to inhale our arms up. Bicep by our ears. Don't do this. Wrap the ribs. Float the arms up free of the body. Maintaining that neutral spine. Now, leaving your biceps by your ears, squeeze your glutes so your hips don't go back behind you. Dive down, articulating down, finding the pedal. Now, using the heels of your hand and your abs, this will come from your abs, but you're going to press through the heels of your hands so you don't hurt your wrist. Articulate your spine down, drawing your abs up and in, finding a nice round back position, which will come back again in upside down push-ups. Now, resist the springs, articulate up, squeezing the glutes, and now articulate down, squeezing the glutes as you go down. So your booty's not going like this as you come up and down, right? Pressing out behind you. And articulate down, and articulate back up. Keep your ears as close to your biceps as you can, but just like in hundreds or curl-up position, don't crunch your chin to your chest. We're going to resist the springs. You want to hover it as close as you can to the bottom without touching the bottom. And then articulate up. It's easy for me to see that because I have a mirror right behind me. On this next one, we're going to sit down. We're going to do skull crushers. So, as a tricep skull crusher, we're going to bend our elbows back towards our legs and straighten our arms for 8. Abs up and in, draw the ribs together. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now rotate your hands as if your pointer fingers are going to intersect and they're in a diamond position but separated. And now we're going to come to a wide and press. Squeeze under the arms still so that your traps don't come up to your ears, to your shoulders. 3, 4. Draw your abs up in even deeper. Think of this as a round back elephant type pose. Now, bring your hands back to parallel. Articulate up. When you get up to the top, squeeze your glutes. Strong, 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 strong. Bring your hands up, biceps by your ears the whole time. And exhale to release down. Good job, guys. We're going to go into footwork. I'm going to come sitting on my chair. My sits bones are at the front, right at the front. So I can freely move my leg from here without having to rock forward in my body. I'm going to bring my legs up to parallel. I have a split pedal, so I'm going to separate my legs. My legs want to go like this, up at the top to accommodate the pedal coming up all the way. So to keep my legs in a perfect number 11, I'm going to have to press the pedal down slightly. Let's find the neutral spine here as well. We're going to take our hands, the C3PO hands. We're going to place them at the front edge of the chair. Draw our shoulders up, back, and down, and squeeze under our arms to pull our shoulders away from our ears. From there, just by using the back chain of the body, we're going to press the pedal till it hovers, and release. And press, and release. If this is too heavy for you, again, please feel free to adjust the spring tension. The hardest part of this is the neutral spine. Make sure that your body's not moving and you don't feel any shifting as if you're about to pitch forward. Here's 8, 9, 10. Come up. Bring your heels together, toes apart. We're going to work on Pilates feet and press for 10 and press for 9. Rotate the femur the whole time. You should be able to see your knees tracking over your big toes more clearly here. I feel it heavily where my glute and thigh meet. Here's 8, 9, 10. Now bring the pedal back to 0. I have to talk to do this. I do not have that sort of flexibility. I'm going to bring my feet wide on the pedal, heels on, toes off, wide Pilates feet. Find my C3PO hands one more time. Think of stomach massage arms for stomach massage one. From there, I'm going to press down again so I can find a neutral spine. Because I'm in tough, but I want to sit up nice and tall. And then I'm going to press down and up. When we do these exercises in force arch next, your pedal's going to be pressed even further away from you because you're adding the length to your legs of your extended or pointed foot. So just keep that in mind when you're like, why isn't the pedal going up as high as I want it to? We've lengthened your legs. And so it'll press the pedal further away from you. One more. All right, go ahead and bring it back up. We're going to come back to a parallel in a forced arch or demi-point position. Again, to find the neutral spine here, I can go like this and be at the same, my knees will be at the same height as they were, or where I feel like they're at the same height as they were when I was on my heels. But actually right here is about where I need to be. And I'm going to make sure my legs are perfect number 11. From there, I'm going to take genie arms. I'm going to press my left arm on top of my right arm. And I'm going to press down and release. No tucking or tilting in the body, right, or in the pelvis. Sacrum area. Go ahead and take a look at your knees to make sure they're not going anywhere. It's easy to want to bring your legs higher here. Abs up and in. Drawing our ribs together. Nice flat wide shoulder blades. Good. Stay up at the top. Rotate out to Pilates V and press for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch your arms and continue for 5, 4, 3, 2. Continue to rotate the femur in the hip socket. Now bring the pedal back to 0. Bring your feet wide to the Pilates V. Press the pedal away from you slightly. Come up to a nice neutral spine. If you have a mirror nearby, go ahead and take a look and then press for 10. The weight on the pedal is between my big toe and my second toe. Here's 5, 6, 7, 8, no tucking, 9, 10. Good. Let's give ourselves a challenge. I'm going to challenge my body to do single leg on 2 mediums today. If you feel like this is too heavy for your body, drop it down to one, I keep saying one medium, one middle. One middle, one low spring. I'm so sorry. 1, 1, 1, 2. Gosh. So we're going to keep our feet in parallel, sit up nice and tall, bring your hands to the front in the C3PO hands to stomach massage again. And then I'm going to hover my left leg in front of me in a bent knee position. I'm not going to drop it because it drops my hip. So draw your thigh up so that it's parallel with the chair. Use your abs to pull it up, your obliques on the left side. Now press down just the right leg for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Really squeeze the glutes. You don't have to get the full expression of the movement if it's too heavy for you and you feel your hips rocking. Now we're going to switch, okay? I'm going to take my right leg, slide my foot off. I'm going to use my obliques on my right side to support my right leg and keep it so that my thigh is parallel with the chair. And then I'm going to press through the heel for 10, 9. And the reason we're pressing through the heel is because this weight is very heavy for the toes. But single leg weight on the back of the leg is much more doable. Here's 9, 10. Now bring it up. Now turn it out to Pilates feet. We have one more set on each leg in Pilates feet, and then we're going to go into hundreds and series of 5 on the chair or on the floor, wherever you're comfortable. Come in the neutral spine. Slide your left leg out. I like to keep mine flexed. You can point it, but then press down for 10, 9. Don't tuck or tilt your pelvis, right? Or your sacrum. Here's 6, 7. Draw the ribs together. Abs up and in. 9, 10. Bring the left foot back on. Slide the right foot off. One more set of 10, guys. That's it. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the pedal back to 0. Give your legs a shake. We're going to sit to the side of the chair with our feet on the floor. Our sits bones are at the edge of the chair. If you're very tall, it might not be comfortable for you to do this forward flexion work on the chair, and you should consider doing it on the floor if that's an issue for you. You can also do it to the side of a machine if you'd like a little bit more of a challenge. I've also done the work long ways on the ladder barrel. My trainer Katie Rowley taught me that. But I'm going to rock back, bringing my legs with me. I have my hands are on the front of the chair and I'm going to rock down. My head, neck, and shoulders are still lifted. I'm reaching long through my abs. Untuck your tail and extend your legs to your working level. We're going to do the hundreds. We're going to begin pumping. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze your glutes. Squeeze your inner thighs. Draw your belly button to your spine and draw the tips of your hips to your ribs. Long, continuous inhale. Long, continuous exhale. Long, continuous inhale. Long, continuous exhale. Just like we were talking about earlier, do not crunch your chin to your chest. Leave a little space between your chin and your chest. Think of the articulation that we did on Washerwoman. Find the same rib to hip connection. And find the same glute squeeze we did for the other exercises. Now, hold on gently behind your knees. Rock up to a hover at the edge of the chair. Hold it in a C-shaped curve position. I keep rocking around, sorry. Now, from here, we're going to do the series of 5. We will take a little working rest, just like this, between each one. So we're going to do 8. The magic number is 8 for a series of 5, okay? Inhale, exhale, tuck your tail, roll back. Single leg stretch. So extend your left leg, bring your right hand to the right ankle, left hand to the inside of the right knee. Inhale through the center, exhale to switch. Right hand to the inside of the left knee, left hand to the outside left ankle. Inhale and exhale to switch. Don't press your chin to your chest. Slide your legs against each other so that you can maintain connection to the midline of your body so that you don't go flying while you're up on top of the chair, which could be bad because you could fall onto the pedal and hurt yourself. One more. Now hold in gently behind your knees. Rock yourself up to sitting. Next is the double leg stretch. Again, we have 8. Inhale, exhale, tuck your tail, roll back with control. Knees in tabletop, reach your hands as C3PO hands towards your ankles. They're not touching, they're just reaching. Inhale, extend your arms and legs. Exhale, reach your arms to a T and pull everything in. And inhale, reach, exhale and pull. Inhale. Don't lose your curl up as you reach your arms back. If you are, reach your arms up to the ceiling until you can maintain that, and then reach back your biceps by your ears. Your biceps should not go past your ears. One more. Gently rock up to sitting. Whew. Let's do scissors, guys. And then we have the double leg lower lift. And finally, elbow to knee, which we have to be very careful on the chair. Like we said, we don't want to go all willy-nilly, rocking our body all around and fall off the chair. Inhale, exhale, tuck your tail, roll back. Legs up to the ceiling, right leg first. Pull, pull, and switch. Pull, pull, and switch. Hold on anywhere. Ankle, calf, thigh. Don't hold on behind the knee because it'll bend the leg. I like to hold on behind my thigh sometimes. It gives me an even deeper stretch. So give it a try if you're normally an ankle holder. It's nice. Now, bend the knees, articulate up. Oh, there it is again, articulation, right? Tuck the tail, roll back. Legs straight into the air. Make a pillow with your hand, or make a basket with your hands. Place it at the base of your neck, thumbs long down your neck. Hold your abs up. Hold your head up with your abs. Now flex your feet lower, 1, 2, 3. Point them, exhale, and lift. You should be able to see your stomach drop before you lift your legs. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, point. Curl up even deeper. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2 more. Final 1. Bring your knees into tabletop with control. Rock up to sitting in a C-shaped curve very carefully. Final exercise in this series of 5, and then we're going to be doing some prone arms and some back extension work. Inhale, exhale, articulate down. Again, guys, the back extension work is articulation, right? Place your head in the base of your head in your hands, thumbs long down your neck. Extend your left leg, drop your right elbow instead of reaching your underarm or elbow to your knee. Come back to your center, extend your right leg, drop your left elbow. Don't think of lifting up, think of dropping the elbow to achieve the rotation. It'll keep your rotation tighter. Here's 4. Halfway there. Curl up deeper. 6, 7, and 8. Come back to tabletop, fingers behind your knee, tuck your tail and roll up all the way to standing. Good job, guys. We're gonna go ahead and split the pedals, if you can split the pedals. If you cannot split the pedals for the split pedal work, you can drop 1 medium spring, so it's just 1 medium for each one-arm work, but for the around the world, you'll have to continue to do swan extension or find a nice stretch. So, I'm gonna stand behind the chair, place my hands on the front corners, slide my body carefully under the chair, finding the pedals, bringing my belly button to the front, widen your hands to the outside edges of the pedals. Now we are going to do the split pedal, but we want to move the pedals at the same time. So we're going to do the tricep skull crusher sort of situation that we did in Washerwoman and press, but we're gonna hover. So we're drawing our belly up and in, and we're trying to maintain a neutral spine while we do this. So we have a straight line out through the tip top of our head, out through our toes. We have nice flat wide shoulder blades, nice collarbone, our abs are up and in, and our belly button's pressed for our spine. Now, if you need to press the pedals down for this, please feel free to. We're going to rotate our hands together so they're separated diamond form with the hands. Draw your abs up and in, and now do the wide push-up type position. Make sure you're squeezing under your arms still so that you're not drawing your shoulders up to your ears. Let's do 2 more. Now, press the right pedal down, float the left pedal up. You might have to shift back slightly like I just did. Bring your left arm out to a T, and we're gonna tricep push up for 1, 2. Elbow goes straight back to the chair. Try not to shift off that right hip. It's easy to want to do. Draw your abs up and in, and now switch. So press that left pedal down, then float the right pedal up so you don't pitch forward, right? Slide that shoulder blade down the back to hover the pedal, bring that right arm out to the side and tricep press. The movement's gonna be smaller than when you had both hands, right? Abs up and in. It's very hard. Woo, squeeze your inner thighs. Good, press the left pedal down, find the right pedal, press yourself back into standing real fast. Just reach your arms over the chair and fold over, resting your head on the chair for a second. From here, we're going to do swan and then around the world. Again, if you cannot split your pedals, please, you can't do around the world. So find a stretch or continue to do some swans if you like, or do some prone arms. But we're going to come back down with the split pedal again, bringing our belly button to the front edge, widening our hands on the pedal, squeezing our inner thighs, drawing our belly button up and in to protect our low back, wrapping our ribs, float the pedal off the mat, slide the shoulder blades down the mat, and now inhale to lift up into a swan. You don't have to bring the springs to 0. Exhale back down. And inhale to lift. Squeeze in under the arms. Exhale down. We're just going to do 1 more because we're doing around the world after this. And down. So for around the world, we're going to leave the pedal at a hover. We're going to rotate to the left with a straight arm. When we can't come up any further with a straight arm, we're going to begin to continue to float up, bringing up the right arm as well. When we come up to our swan, we're going to stop. We're going to press down with the left arm first. When we can't press down any further, we're going to continue to press down with the right arm and come to the center. Now we're going to switch sides. We're going to rotate to the right, coming up into a back extension on the right side with a straight arm. When we can come up no further, by keeping our shoulders out of our ears, our left arm's going to float up until we're centered in the swan. Then we're going to rotate to the left by pressing the right arm first, straight arm, and when we can no longer do that, our left arm will follow until we come back down into a prone neutral spine. Let's do it 1 more time to each side. Once you feel it in your body, you feel it. The directions are a little confusing. With straight arms the whole time, I'm going to rotate to the left, floating my left arm up. When I can no longer rotate without my right arm moving, it will float up as well. So I come up in the center and swan. Then I'll rotate to the right by pressing down with a straight left arm, and my right arm will follow when it's forced to, until I'm at the hover in a neutral prone spine. Let's go to the right, straight arm, left arm will follow, to the left by pressing down the right straight arm, and then my left arm will follow. From there, I'm going to press back and fold over the chair 1 more time, resting my head on the chair, reaching my arms out long for a nice little stretch under the lats. From here, guys, we're going to do a little hamstring stretch. The springs are going to be very light compared to what they just were, but we are going to make our springs one, or make our pedals 1 again, We're going to take off one spring. So all we have left on now is one middle spring. That's 1-2 spring. I'm going to stand at the back edge. I like to do hamstring 2 in a Pilates V position. Perhaps you like to do it in parallel. The trick here is not to rock forward or back, but to stay completely centered on your feet. We're going to inhale up. You can put a slight chest lift at the top if you like. Squeeze your glutes, just like washerwoman. We're going to articulate down without squeezing our glutes behind us, squish your glutes behind us, but we're going to be reaching over the pedal this time. Now I'm going to round that position, and from there, I'm going to press the pedal down until I'm in a flat back position. Tuck your tail, squeeze your glutes, articulate up to round back, and then press out, articulating down to a flat back. Draw your belly up and in, draw your ribs towards your hips. Pull up, 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 up. And then press it out. Head goes first. On the way back up, your tail goes first. The articulation travels all the way down to your head. And on the way down, your head goes first. Now pull back up into the round back. Squeeze your glutes strongly. Release the pedal. Biceps will float up by your ears. Give yourself another nice little chest lift. And release your hands down. Let's go ahead and go into bridging, guys. We are going to change the spring tension one more time for that. We're going to go to 1 low, 1 middle for that. That's 1, 1, 1, 2 on my machine. I'm going to come around to the front. We're going to be doing parallel first. So I'm going to come down the line in front of my chair. I'm going to place the backs of my heels. Move this real fast because it'll get in my way. The backs of my heels and my ankles, so the top backs of my heels and my ankles, right on the pedal. My feet are separated, so my heels are directly under my sits bones. And from this position, it's easy for me to find a nice neutral spine because my feet are elevated. So I have a nice flat sacrum. I have a slight lift from my top of my hip to my 12th rib. My 12 ribs are sinking into the mat. My shoulder blades are nice and flat and wide. I have a nice wide collarbone, nice soft sternum. I'm drawing my ribs together to help my ribs sink into the mat. Don't think of pressing your ribs into the mat. That'll cause you to imprint your spine a lot of times. Think of sinking your 12th rib into the mat. I'm going to platform my arms down by my side. I'm not squeezing them into my side. They're gently floated to the side so that I can maintain a nice wide shoulder. I'm going to flex my feet, and I'm going to hamstring curl the pedal all the way down. If you can touch it, that's great. If not, go down as far as you can. Straighten your legs all the way, and hamstring curl. And lift. We have a magic number of 8 here. Try to keep your upper body out of it. But you're really going to have to use a lot of control on your core and on the box of your body. Here's 7 and 8. Now extend your legs. The magic number here from here on out is 3. Without moving the pedal, imprint your spine, tuck your tail, and articulate up to a bridge. Make sure you're not flaring your ribs here. And articulate back down. And now articulate back up. And now, without moving the pedal, float your right leg up an inch and lower, and left leg up an inch and lower. Think of it as like the parrot on the push-through bar, where you're lifting and lowering your legs for a scissor kick. But this is much less, right? Because we don't have the support from above. It's easier for us to press the pedal down. I guess it's much easier for me to press the pedal down on the chair than it is for me to press the pedal down on the tower. Oh my gosh. Inhale, exhale, tuck your tail lift. Now, tiny bend and straighten. And tiny bend, keeping your glutes high. And straighten. One more. Now articulate down. Now bring your feet to a Pilates V. Point your toes. We're going to do the same series in a Pilates V position. And then we're going to come up to sitting to do some seated arms. Or then some seated work facing the machine. So from here, we're going to hamstring curl, pull the pedal down, keep a nice neutral spine, and release it back up. And here's 7. Try not to slam it, but you can tap it. 6. Make sure you have a nice connection. Here's 4. 3. Just 2 more. 2. Oh, it's a lot, right? Really rotate the femur and the hip socket. 1 more. And 1. And release. Now, straighten your legs out nice and long. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Squeeze your glutes. And print your spine, tuck your tail, and articulate up to a bridge. Make sure you're not flavoring your ribs. And articulate back down. Now, in this next one, we're going to straight leg march the leg. 3 times on each side. So let's go right foot and lower and left foot and lower and right foot and lower and left foot. 1 more on each side. Left foot and lower, and now articulate down. Inhale, exhale, imprint your spine, tuck your tail, articulate it. Micro bend and straighten. Don't lose your bridge position as you do this. You're just bending the knees and straightening. And now articulate down. Give your knees a hug into your chest. Ooh, rock gently from side to side. Good job, guys. Rock all the way over to one side. Press yourself up to sitting. We are going to come to the back of our chair. We're going to change the spring tension to 1 high spring. That's 1, 3 on my machine. So now I only have 1 spring on. I'm going to come around to the front of the machine. Every time I do this exercise, I never know exactly where to put my body, so I make adjustments the whole time. Please feel free to do so as well. I'm going to straighten my legs, flex my feet. My feet are separated to the outside of my chair. My legs are separated. I'm going to do I'm going to do tricep sitting first, then spine stretch, then teaser with the pedal, and then we're going to turn around and do some stuff on the floor. So I'm going to sit nice and tall. Inhale my arms out to a T, bring them forward. I'm going to have to scoot over because I'm not as tall as I thought I was, and I'm going to press down. Try not to break your wrist too much, so break a little bit. Sit up nice and tall. Don't lose your neutral spine. Oh, sorry. Here's 6. Here's 7. Press down with as straight an arm as possible, and here's 8. Now from here, we're going to imagine that our bodies are up against a wall. We're going to be doing spine stretch. So don't press out behind you to do it. Peel away and press down. So I'm going to press up so that my hands are off, but between my wrist or at my wrist by my heel, my hand is on. And I'm going to inhale to press down and exhale to lift back up as the pedal rises. And inhale to press down and exhale to lift as the pedal rises. Head, neck, shoulders, shoulders, neck, head connect. Pull away from the imaginary wall. Head, neck, shoulders, reattach shoulders, neck, head. We have 3 more. Inhale and exhale. 1 more. Lots of underarm work here, guys, to stay out of the neck. Good, go ahead and release the pedal. Shake out your arms. For our first teaser, we have to. For our first teaser, we're going to come down to lying again. We're going to extend our legs out. From here, I always have to adjust myself in the teaser. So wherever I think that I should be so that my legs are going to be far enough from the pedal, the tricep press the pedal down behind my legs in teaser, I'm never far enough away. Or when I get far enough away, I'm always too far away. So just think of having to adjust as you do this. So I have my legs resting on top of the pedal right now. I'm going to bring my arms up to the ceiling, open them to the T. Exhale as I begin to articulate up, 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 and reach for the pedal. I'm going to scooch forward a little bit, and I'm going to press down 1, 2, 3. I'm going to release the pedal, reach my arms up, and then tuck my tail and roll back. If you want, leave your feet up. If you would rather, rest your feet on the pedal. I'm going to inhale my arms to a T. Exhale to come up. And I'm going to press 1, 2, 3. I'm going to release the pedal. Again, leave your feet floating or place them on the pedal when you get down. Final set, arms to a T. Oh my gosh, I have to try again for the articulation. There we go. And now press 1, 2, 3. Leave your feet up, everybody here. And articulate down. Pull your knees into your chest. Give yourself a gentle rock from side to side. Normally, with my feet raised that high, it takes a lot more to articulate up. I got lucky today. Sometimes it goes like that, sometimes it doesn't, right? Sometimes you get up every time. Sometimes it's a no-go. From here, we're going to do corkscrew. I'm going to do corkscrew 3. But if you have osteoporosis, osteopenia, if you have osteopenia, you should not be doing an articulation class, or osteoporosis, or you have low back or neck issues, please do corkscrew 1, where you don't lift anything up off the mat and just your legs move around in a circle together. So, I'm going to come onto my back. I have this nice piece of wood, so I'm going to rest my head right in front of it. I'm going to squeeze in on the sides of the wood, mostly with my pinky blade edge, right? Because if I squeeze with my thumbs, my shoulders pop up to my ears. I'm going to lift my feet up. For corkscrew 1, I'm going to leave both hips grounded as if I have rebar going through my hips. I'm going to bring my legs to the left, away from me, to the right. Notice my hips aren't lifting, and back to my nose. Now I'm going to go to the right, and down, to the left, and back up. For those of you who like to do corkscrew 3, it's articulation. Think almost a short spine style articulation. We're going to articulate up. We're going to articulate down the left side first. My right hip is raised. As I bring my feet down in the center, both hips connect. I'm going to float to the right. My left hip is raised. My left shoulder's on the mat. I'm going to come up by my nose. And when I lift up to the center, I'm going to articulate up. I'm going to articulate down the right side. Both shoulders connected, left hip lifted. I'm going to come down to center, both hips connect. I'm going to lift my right hip as I come up the left and articulate back up to the center, no shoulder stand. And down the left. Through the center. And up the right and left. And down the right. Through center, up the left and lift. One more to each side. Down the right and center, up the left and lift. Leave your shoulders connected the whole time, guys. Down the left, right and center, up the left, lift, articulate down, feet up to the ceiling. Extend them to your working level. We're going to do jackknife. So pike at the hips, articulate up, tap your feet down to the chair. Oh, sorry, my glasses are fine. Lift your feet up to the ceiling and articulate down. Extend your feet to working level. Pike at your legs. Neutral spine the whole time until you articulate up to the shoulder stand. Chin away from your chest. Tap your feet. Lift your feet. Try to bring your feet over your toes over your eyes. Articulate down. Working level. And pike. Then articulate. And tap. And lift. And articulate. And working level. And pike. And then articulate. Try not to use too much momentum. Try to squeeze it on the pinky blade edge so you're using more lats. One more. Pike, lift, tap, lift, articulate down. Come back to your working level before you draw your knees into your chest. Roll onto your side, come up to sitting. We're going to be doing some kneeling work. If you need a knee support, please feel free to go ahead and grab one. We're going to be doing kneeling cat, not really kneeling cat cow, so you really come into a cow from here. And then we're going to be doing side kneeling mermaid. Lots of mermaid side bending in this class too. So, the way that I find my my kneeling cat for my chair work, I'm going to bring my fingertips out in front of me. When I lower lift my hands, I'm pretty close, but I don't touch the pedal. So see how I adjusted? Your feet can be together, or they can be separated in parallel. From there, I'm going to articulate down, drawing my ribs to my hips. I'm going to squeeze under my arms, and I'm going to do a kneeling washer movement, basically. If I feel that my glutes are pressing behind me too strongly, I'm too close, so I'm going to scoot back an inch, and then I'm going to pull back up. I haven't zeroed out the springs, and I haven't brought my shoulders up to my ears. I'm going to stop when the spring's about halfway up for me. I'm going to articulate back down. If you feel like that's not enough weight on your body, find a place where you have difficulty maintaining the C-shaped curve, but it's not impossible. And press and lift. We have 3 more. Keep your shins connected and dive, bringing your head down, looking at your thighs. And lift. Let's do one more. Squeeze under the arms to keep the shoulders away from the neck. Now, bring the pedal up to 0 and come up to sitting up tall. You can bring your arms up and around if you'd like. I'm going to stay in roughly the same position. So I'm going to come to a T, and I can find the pedal with my fingertips, which is great. When I side bend, I'm going to come over a little bit further, and I'm not going to need to be any closer than that, most likely, depending on your body. So arms to a T, and begin to airplane your arms to side bend. Press down with your lats. My fingertips are facing forward, and bring your bicep up by your ear and your reaching hand. Reach for where the wall and the ceiling meet. The pedal will lift up out of your side closest to the mat. You can find that nice stretch on both sides. Make sure that you're really using your lats here under your arm, drawing your ribs together and reaching strong so that you don't come into your neck. Really squeeze your glutes strongly. Keep your shoulders stacked over your hips stacked over your knees. And come back up. Now, we're going to rotate to the other side. We're going to do that again. Again, I'm going to find my fingertips right at the pedal. Bring my arms to a T. Touch your toes or separate them to parallel. I'm going to begin to airplane. Bring my fingertips facing forward on the pedal. Bring my bicep up on my ear and reach for where the wall and the ceiling meet. I'm allowing the pedal to lift up on my side closest to the mat, but it's not pressing my shoulder up to my ear. From there, I'm going to resist the pedal back up. Release it to come back to a T. This increases the difficulty of the exercise, so please feel free to hold on to the pedal or keep connected to the pedal. Stay connected to the pedal as you lower and lift if you find that it's hurting your neck. And one more. And now come back up to sitting up tall. Go ahead and come up to standing. Give your legs a little shake. We're going to go ahead and change our springs again to 1 middle, 1 high. That's 2 springs again. So you can leave your 1 high on and just find 1 middle spring. We are going to be doing upside down push-ups, forward lunges, and mountain climbers. If you do not have handles, please take your chair and place it against the wall, the back of the chair against the wall for safety purposes. I'm not going to be doing that, but please place the back of your chair against the wall for safety purposes. So if this is the wall, this is your chair. So you have something to place your fingertips on or something so that you don't go pitching over the front of your chair. Upside down push-ups. I'm going to place both hands on the chair, just like I did for the beginning of class. From there, I'm going to press the pedal down with one foot. I'm going to press the pedal down with the other foot. I do upside down push-ups in a high-heeled or forced arch position on my toes in Pilates V. My pedal is connected with the ground. I'm going to reach my hands forward to the back edges of the chair. From there, I'm going to lean forward ever so gently. My shoulders are over my wrists. The reason I'm doing, or they're reaching towards my wrists. If there's a wall in front of you, your head might stop you, right? The reason I'm doing this is because I need room for the tuck and articulation, right? It's a little harder back here. You start to pitch backwards instead of forwards. So from there, I'm going to tuck my tail. Allow the pedal to float me up. I'm going to drop my head. I'm drawing up firmly on my ribs, and I'm going to lower, maintaining that C-shaped curve, and then I'm going to lift. A lot of articulation here, guys. Squeeze the glutes on the way down, and lift up on your belly on the way up. Here's 3. Here's 4. Squeeze under the arms. Keep your shoulders away from your neck. And 5. Bring the pedal down to a hover. Float your right foot off the back. And do 5. Here's 4. Don't flat back. 3. 2. 1. Hover the pedal. Bring your foot to the side, turned out, and 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Replace your foot. Bring the pedal down to the mat. From there, I'm going to stay in a high heel position, and I'm going to rotate my feet to the right side. That's the side I'm looking for. So I have one foot in front of the other. So I have my right foot in front, my left foot behind, but they're both turned out to Pilates V. My left hand is on the back corner of the chair. My right hand is in the middle of the side. I'm rotating towards the side, but my shoulders are squaring off towards that corner. We're going to do some side push-ups. You probably will not be able to come up as far as you could in the middle. That's fine, right? These are oblique push-ups. We're going to inhale, exhale to float the pedal up. Inhale to hover in. And exhale to lift. Leave your head dropped. Continue to rotate in. Lifting, lifting, lifting. Towards that left oblique. 2 more. 1 more. Good. Rotate back to the center. Drop your heels. Rest your head over the chair. Don't lean back. This is just a sort of a calf stretch with a break in the middle. Upside down push-ups are hard, right? Now come back up. Find the Pilates V high heel position with your hands at the back corners of the chair. We're doing this all again to the other side. That's 20 upside down push-ups to the other side again. 10 are one-legged. Hinge forward slightly, bringing your shoulders near your wrists. Tap your tail, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your inner thigh, and articulate up. And lower the pedal down. And lift. And lower. Look in at your thighs. Squeeze under your arms. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. Here's 4. And here's 5. Now, hover the pedal. Bring your left foot off behind you and lower and lift. Here's 1. Draw the ribs together strongly. 3. Here's 4. Here's 5. Bring the foot to the side, turned out, and lift for 5. And 4. And 3. I don't know about anybody else, but I am sweating like crazy. Here's 1. Place the foot back on. Press the pedal all the way down. Now, take your Pilates V and just rotate it towards the side. So my left foot is in front. My right foot is behind. Both are turned out in Pilates V. My right hand goes to the back corner of the mat. My left hand goes to the center of the side. I squeeze underneath my shoulder blades. I squeeze my glutes and inner thighs. I hinge in towards my hands slightly. I allow the pedal to help float me up. And I lower. And I lift. Drop your head. Continue to breathe. Here's 3. Here's 4. 1 more. Here's 5. Rotate back towards the center. Drop your heels. Rest your head on the chair. Now, guys, we have lunges and mountain climbers. We're gonna do 10 lunges, 10 mountain climbers. So I'm going to leave my hands on the chair. I'm going to bring my left foot up. It's as if my right and my left foot are side by side. I'm not drawing my left foot in over past my right foot, and I'm not drawing it way up to the side. Imagine that you took your feet, squeeze together, step one up on the chair. This is how they looked. I'm going to come up, hinge forward slightly in my body. I have a straight line up to the tip top of my tail for my toe. Neutral spine, arms in a T. Giving more weight my pinky blade edge. I am in a high heel on my pedal foot. And now I'm going to lift, lift, lift up into a lunge. When the pedal zeroes out, I'm going to press back down until the pedal hovers with control. I'm going to float up, 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 squeezing in on my inner thighs, drawing my abs up and in. If you need to, place your fingertips on the wall in front of you. If you have handles, use your handles. If you would like to add on, after this next one, we're going to lower. And then we're going to lift up till the pedal zeros, straighten the standing leg, tap the foot against the chair, find the pedal again. This is an advanced move. If you do not feel that you are there, please do not attempt this move. Place your hands on the wall in front of you, or use your handles. Here's 3. And here's 4. The wall or handles are always there if you need them, guys, okay? And here's 5. Now, replace your foot, or if it was already there, only bend your standing leg until you're at a 90-degree angle. Maintain that position, bring your arms to a genie, and bend and straighten your back leg for mountain climber. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Find the pedal, or find the chair, lower your foot, take your left foot off. In mountain climber, you do not have to do genie arms. You can use your handles. You can rest your elbows on your handles or your biceps. You can continue to hold on to the wall. So, from there, I'm going to find that parallel position with my feet real fast. I'm going to take my right foot up onto the center of the chair. My toes are close to the back. I'm in a high heel position with my pedal foot. Sorry guys, these are a lot of work, right? I'm going to hinge my body forward until there's a straight line up through the tip top of my head, up through my tail. I'm squeezing my inner thighs together, and I'm going to lunge up till the pedal zeroes out and lower. Here's 5. And lift and lower. 4. And here's 3. Now here's 2. And finally 1. From there we can add on. Don't forget the handles or the wall. I'm going to zero out the pedal, bring my foot off, straighten the leg on this chair, tap my toe, carefully find the pedal again, and lower. And here's 4. Whew. One leg's always stronger than the other one, right? And this is why we use our pedals or the wall. And here's 3. And here's 2. And final 1. And tap. And lower down until your leg's at 90 degrees. And now bend and straighten that back leg for 10. In genie arms. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Find the chair, lower the pedal down. Leave your feet in a high heel position, reach to the back. Now, drop the left heel as your right knee bends. Lift both feet. Drop the right foot as your left knee bends and lift. Just a gentle trotting. We're not leaning back, we're driving our heel straight down. You're not going to get an award for how far back your booty goes. All that's going to happen is that your chair is going to topple over on top of you and it's not going to feel good. Let's do 3 more on each side. Here's 8 and 9 and 10. Oh, my legs are shaky. Now drop both heels. Bring your forearms over the top. Rest your head at the back edge of the chair. Don't press your booty too far back again, guys. The chair will topple over on top of you. Chair workouts are so hard. Hold on to the chair. Take one foot off the pedal. Float the other foot up. We're going to come back to the back edge of the chair. We're going to change our spring tension again to one high spring. So we're going to remove that medium spring. We're going to leave it on one high. We're going to do sitting teaser, a little gentle sitting twist work. We're going to do some sideline leg work basically, but engaging the lat, trying to really maintain that bottom side of the body the whole time. It's so easy to sink into the mat when we're doing sideline legs on the mat, or even sideline legs on the chair, or on the tower. And then we're going to do some nice side bend stretches and some nice hip stretches, and we'll be done with class. So to go ahead and begin class, we're going to sit on the back edge of our chair. The pedal's lighter than we're used to, right? It's sprung from a high position, so that means there's not a lot of support down at the bottom. We're just stretching the springs longer. But I'm going to hold on to the back corners, rock back into a C-shaped curve, bring my legs up into tabletop. Float my arms in front of me. Now bend your elbows back, palms up. As you pull your hands back past you, then flip your palms to find your pedal and extend your legs to teaser. Use the pedal to help lift up your upper body, squeeze the bottom tips of your shoulder blades. Now articulate your sacrum down to the mat, still staying curled up, and lift it back up into a teaser. Now, tuck your tail, articulate down, bring your sacrum flat on the chair. If you're back too far, you won't be able to find this position. Your booty has to be at the back edge of the chair. And lift, and one more. Now, sweep your arms around to the side. Now draw your elbows back again, flip your palms, find the pedal, lower and lift the legs 1 inch and up an inch. Lower and lift up and down and up. One more. Sweep your arms around to the side. Final one. Palms up, draw your elbows into the back. Flip your palms, find the chair. Now lower your body, lower your legs. And lift it back up to a teaser. Lower body, lower legs. It's much harder if you just lower your legs an inch. Now sweep your arms back around. Draw your knees into your chest. Give them a little hug. And from here we're going to do seated twist. I'm going to come back so I'm sitting on the back edge of the chair. Take a nice deep breath to begin. Oh my gosh, chair work is hard. I'm going to reach up. I'm going to stay flat back. I can't sit straight up and lift my legs personally. Not from here. I'd have to be right here so my legs are fully supported. I can't support the load of my legs. So I have to flat back hinge a little bit to lift them. Just a little bit. So I make sure that I'm in it looks like a teaser position, but on my booty, right? So I'm right here. Again, I'm going to draw my arm in just like I did for the sitting teaser, but instead my biceps are up on my ear, so I'm going to draw it down, and then I'm going to find the pedal. So I'm going to draw my arm in, palms facing me. I'm going to reach my hand down until I find the pedal. I'm sitting in the middle of the chair. I'm going to articulate down, 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 and I'm going to reach over, looking towards my left or my right arm, but I'm trying to keep my left hip as connected as possible. It floats off a little bit, but it's still as connected as possible. I'm going to articulate up. Don't flat back. Articulate up to sitting up to your flat back position or tall. I'm going to draw my left arm in, find the pedal, and I'm going to rotate down, bringing my bicep on my ear, squeezing under my arm of my left arm. I'm going to look over. I'm going to begin to articulate up. Float my left arm up. Now my right arm's going to pull in, palm faces towards me. My fingertips point out on the pedal. I'm going to press down. Try not to move anything from your belly button below. Squeeze under the arm so you don't bring your shoulder up to your ear. So that you can really get a nice rotation. And articulate up, 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 up. One more on each side. And articulate down, 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 down. And up. One more on the left side. This is a lot of leg work on its own. And articulate up, 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 and sit up tall. Rest your legs for a second. I have been known to get into this sideline work by rotating down in a side teaser, articulating down in a side teaser. But for today, we're going to put our right hip on the back corner of the chair facing to the right. So if I'm right here, sitting to the back, I'm going to take my right hip and go like this. From here, we're going to lie down at an angle up to the front left corner, about. I'm going to find my hand on the pedal on the left side, my right hand. So I'm in a sideline position. Don't press the pedal all the way down. You want to hover so that you're using your side. Now turn your legs out to a Pilates V. You can place your hand gently up the front of your chair and lower and lift your leg for 5 times. Here's 5, 4. The emphasis is not on the legs here. It's on the side of the body and under the arm. Hover your foot up to hip height. Now keeping it turn out, bring it forward an inch and back to hover over the leg. And forward and back. Here's 3. Here's 4. You can rest your head in your hand if you want. And now bring the top leg to the bottom leg and touch the heels once. And 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. Leave the top foot at hip height. Bottom leg is up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, 5 small circles in each direction with the top leg. 5, 4. Try not to let your body shift. And now reverse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Allow the pedal to float you up and carefully come up onto your side. So a lot of underarm work here, guys. A lot of side work. So we're going to go to the other side real fast. So if I'm facing the back, I'm going to put my left hip on the back left corner. I'm going to bring my body up towards the front right corner. And I'm going to come down the line. From there, you can shift around for however it feels best, right? Now, Cadillac's in the way. Ugh. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that I have the pedal lifted slightly. I'm going to place my fingertips gently in the front corner, the front left corner of the chair, and I'm going to turn my legs out to Pilates V. Now I'm going to lower and lift for 5. Here's 4. Here's 3. Here's 2. And here's 1. Now leave your foot up at hip height. Now bring it forward and return it for 1 and 2. Squeeze under the arm. 3, 4, 5. Tap the top heel to the bottom for 1. Inner thigh on the top leg. 2, 3, 4, 5. Leave your top foot at hip height. Tap the top to the bottom of the top. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 circles in one direction with the top leg. 2. About the size of a squishy ball. And reverse. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, carefully allow the pedal to press you up as you bend your bottom leg and come up to sitting up tall. Great job, guys. Let's go ahead and change the spring tension one more time. I'm going to add 1 low spring on. So now I have 1 high, 1 low on. We are doing side bending and a pigeon variation on the chair. So, if I'm sitting facing the back, I'm going to swing my legs to the right first. That's right. I'm going to have both legs squeezed together, both legs up on the chair for mermaid to begin with, and then we're going to place 1 leg on the floor for mermaid. This is going to be a little bit More intense mermaid, a little bit more of a workout mermaid. Bring your arms to a T. Find a nice neutral spine. Side bend with airplane arms so you can find the pedal and press it away. Reaching the left bicep up by your ear. Reach for the wall and the ceiling knee. Squeezing under the arm. Straighten back up. Come up to a T. We have 2 more. We're just going to do 3 for each. Don't let that back hip shift. Keep everything from the belly button down stable. All right, keeping your arms in a T, can you just take your left leg and press it out to the side? My foot is turned out. If you want it in parallel, you're welcome to it. We're not going to shift on our hips here. We're going to keep both hips connected as we come down and we mermaid. So by keeping our foot connected and not shifting our hips, we're increasing the stretch on that left side. Bring it back up, arms to a T. Bring your left arm across your right thigh, palm up, and reach for the wall and the ceiling, meet on the opposite side. Don't move your foot. Don't move your sits bones. And come to a T, and reach up and over. And come back up to a T, and reach the opposite direction. Palm up on your right thigh, out to a T, and up and over. And come back up, and reach again. Now come back up to a T. Now from there, all I'm going to do is bring my leg up on top of the chair in a pigeon position. If this is not a position that you can achieve, please feel free to find a different stretch. I'm going to point my toe flat because I like the way it increases my hip stretch. If you do not want that, tuck your toes. I'm going to inhale my arms up and flat back hinge forward. From there, I'm going to place my hands on the pedal. I'm going to round over my front thigh or my front shin and come back up to a flat back. And round over, pressing the pedals down with my underarms, drawing my ribs to my hips. And back up. And articulate down. This is our last articulation. Come back up. Now, can you make your foot light as you press up to a flat back hinge? It's going to increase your hip stretch. Sit up tall. Place your hands on the chair. Turn to the right side again and release the stretch. I'm going to face to the back again. I'm going to twist my legs to the left side. I'm going to squeeze my legs together. Bring my arms out to a T. Not shift in my right hip as I side bend over. Again, my fingertips are pointing to the front of my body. Side of the chair. I'm going to lift up. And I'm going to reach with airplane arms over. And reach my bicep up by my ear. Imagine you're moving between 2 panes of glass or you're stuck in a panini press. I had a teacher like to say that once. And back up. Don't move. Or actually, I'm going to have to move. I was too far over. Bring your foot to the side. Again, you can bring that seated foot parallel. Don't shift your hips when doing this exercise though. Both my sits bones are connected. That's why I want to stay the whole time. Everything's coming from the belly button up. Arms to a T, reach up and over, press the pedal down, bicep by your ear again. Come back up to a T, take your right hand, bring it across your left thigh, flip the right palm up, and reach for the one, seeing me on the try. Don't crunch down, reach, reach, reach long. Come back to a T, up and over, and reach. Squeeze under the arm to keep the shoulder away from the ear. Come back up, flip the palm up to the ceiling, reach the opposite direction. One more. One of my favorite parts about chair classes, other than how hard they are for me, is all this side bending. And come back up. Now, I'm going to rotate into a pigeon position with my left leg forward. I'm going to point my toes in because I like the increased stretch in my hip flexor. If you don't, tuck your toes. I'm going to inhale my arms up and find a flat back hinge. From here, I'm going to place my hands on the pedal and I'm going to drop my head, draw my ribs to my hips, and articulate down, pressing the pedal. I'm going to come back up into a flat back and I'm going to articulate down. Come back up to a flat back. One more. Come back up into the flat back. Now, I'm gonna make my back foot light as I press up into a flat back hinge. That is going to increase the stretch in my hip flexor. I'm going to come all the way up and release. I'm going to twist around to the back one more time. While I'm seated facing the back, I'm going to do a nice big inhale, lifting my upper chest toward the wall and the ceiling meet, not a back bend, not crunching my head, back of my head to my back, and exhale it down. Hey guys, thanks so much for joining me today. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. I thought it was a really challenging workout. If you have any questions or need any modifications, please feel free to reach out, and I hope that you have a great day. Thank you.